Hi, thanks for joining me again today. Let me see, I had my tools here somewhere. Today I am taking apart burlap sacks to make into bags. Um, right now I am trying to harvest some of the white thread, and it's kind of caught in the fabric of the burlap. Anyway, I am going to make bags out of it, and hopefully you can see that. It is the the food grade burlap tag that I will put on some of the bags. I can only put the tag on one of the bags I make out of each of the big sacks. They're fairly big sacks. Anyway, this is the material that I take apart and turn into burlap handbags or grocery sacks or whatever you care to use them for. I've even made a prototype of a backpack that successfully made a journey on Greyhound. So I'm kind of excited about trying to make that one again. And so I've got some nice, lovely cotton, and I've harvested a little bit already today. Just tie it together and ball it up, and it'll find a use sooner or later. Thank you for joining me again, if I forgot to say that. Oh, nothing special, just a lot of little things that add up to something. Okay, now I figured out the seam on this one is just an overhand cast, so unlike some of the other ones where there's two strands and I can just pull one side and the other and it sort of unzips, this I need to pull each stitch out. At this point, I'm sure you get the point. Just a whole lot of that. So far I've made, what, 8 inches, and I've got a little ways to go. I have this one over here that I've already done that part on, and the bag was split to take the contents out. I couldn't tell you what the contents were from the markings, but anyway, this is how I get the thread to braid, is where the slices are. I just cut it on through and then unfray it. Or fray it, unfray it, not sure the proper terminology. And then, after it starts going, I end up with some nice long strands. And this is what I braid into the handles for the bags. It's also what I use to sew the edges of the bags up with. And the fringe that results is also the part that I make the fringy bags out of. They are very time consuming. And at some point, it gets a little harder to pull things out, so I have my handy dandy former pet groomer that is now a burlap detangler. Lots of repetitive processes in order to get to a finished product. I'm sure you get the gist of what I'm doing here in order to make the thread for sewing and braiding for the handles. This is one I've already completed. And I believe I will be making quite a few more of this style because I like it. It is gusseted so that it can hold a good amount of stuff. And the handles are centered nicely. And you get a carton of eggs or two in the bottom, and it will hold a bunch of groceries. And also the food grade tag that was originally on that one. So, looking forward to making more of these out of this stuff. I've got some interesting writing to put on things. So, that's all for now. Thank you. Bye now.